Dear students, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we are discussing about the light topic. We are discussing about the image formation by the spherical lenses. We discussed about the ray diagram by the convex lens and concave lens, as well as we solved some numericals which is going to come in this topic. That is nothing but convex lens as well as concave lens. Right? In those classes, we discussed about the lenses. We discussed about the convergence and divergence of the lens. If you take the convex lens, it's going to be a converging lens, so that the light which are coming from infinity are going to be converged at a point by the which light ray, or by the which lens, which is by the convex lens. In the same manner, the concave lens is going to diverge the light rays. It is going to diverge the light rays. Concave lens is going to diverge the light rays. In the same manner, what convex lens is going to converge the light rays. Right? In the same manner as the focal length of a convex lens goes on decreasing. The focal length of a convex lens goes on decreasing. The amount of convergence is going to increase. The amount of convergence is going to increase. In the same manner, the amount of the focal length of the diverging lens, that is nothing but the focal length of the diverging lens, concave lens, goes on. If it goes on increasing, the amount of divergence is also going to increase. It's also going to, the focal length goes on decreasing, the amount of divergence is also going to increase. So then all those things, all the extent, all the measurement of the convergence and divergence of those lenses, all are depend on what? Those are depend on the focal length of that lenses. So that for the convenient purpose, for the calculating purpose of the converging and diverging capacity of those lenses, we have a parameter. That parameter is nothing but the power of the lens. That parameter is nothing but the power of the lens. Power of the lens is used for the purpose of the calculating, for the purpose of the check the extent of the convergence and divergence in the lenses, so that it can be given as the degree of the convergence. The power of the lens is nothing but can be given as the degree of convergence, the degree of convergence or divergence, degree of convergence or divergence. Right? The degree of convergence or divergence of light rays, the degree of convergence or divergence of the light rays achieved by lens, is expressed by the power of the lens. That is nothing but the degree of the convergence. That is nothing but the two light rays which are going to converge at a point. The same manner, the degree of the divergence, they are going to go away from the one each other. Right? Which can be done by the lens, which can be expressed by the what? Power of lens. With the high power of the lens, that means it is going to converge more. With the low the power of the lens, it is going to converge less, and those things are depend on the power of the lens. So the power of the lens is expressed in case of power of the lens is going to express in the focal length. Right? It is going to be expressed in the focal length, in terms of the focal length. If you remember, convergence will be more if the focal length is less. If the convergence is more, focal length will be less. In the same manner, if the focal length is higher, the converging capacity of that lens will be what? It will be lower. Right? So that convergence is depend on the higher or lower convergence is depend on the what? It is depending on the focal length. If the focal length is more, convergence is less. If the focal length is less, convergence is more. In the same manner, the focal length is more, divergence is less. If the focal length is less, the diverging amount or the diverging capacity of that lens is higher. So that both are vice versa. Both are reciprocal to each other. Both are inversely proportional to each other. If they are inversely proportional proportional to each other, the power of the lens is also going to be inversely proportional to the focal length. So that power of the lens can be given as P equal to 1 divided by F. Power of the lens can be expressed by using this formula, that is nothing but P equal to 1 by F, where P is the power of the lens, where P is the power of the lens, the same manner F is the focal length of the given lens, focal length of the given lens, focal length of the given lens. I hope this is clear. Why is power of the lens? To express the divergence and the convergence degree of those lenses. So that power of the lens, the SI unit of the power of the lens, SI unit of power of the lens is nothing but diopter. It is nothing but diopter. Power of the any lens can be expressed in the form of the diopter, and that symbol for the diopter is nothing but it is the capital D. The symbol for the diopter nothing but it is the capital D. So that SI unit of the power of the lens is equal to diopter. Now what is the power of the lens? If you have to express the power of the lens as 1 diopter, the power of the lens to be expressed as 1 diopter if it is having the focal length of 1 meter. If it is having the focal length of 1 meter, to express if the power of the lens of a lens is equal to 1 diopter, if that lens is having the focal length as 1 meter, if that lens is having the focal length as 1 meter, so that the focal length while finding the power of the lens, the focal length of that lens should be in meters only. It should be in meters only. Always remember, while finding the power of the lens, the focal length of the given lens should be in meters only. If they are given the 50 cm, you should convert that 50 cm into the meter. So then, if you want to find out the what diopter is equal to, if you want to find out the power of the lens is equal to 1 diopter, what does this mean? It means that the focal length of that lens is equal to 1 meter. If it is a convex mirror or it may be a concave mirror, it doesn't matter. If it is having a 1 meter focal length, the power of that lens will be 1 diopter. If it is having 0.5 meter of the length, then the power of that lens will be what? It will be equal to 2 diopters. So that the focal length should be expressed in the meters only for the purpose of the finding of the power of the lens. I hope this is clear. So in the same manner, the power of the concave lens, the power of the concave lens is always positive. Sorry, it is always negative. The power of the concave lens is always negative. Why it is negative? Since focal length of the concave lens is negative, for that reason the power of the concave lens is always negative. In the same manner, power of convex lens is always positive. The power of the convex lens is always positive. Right? In this manner, the power of the lens is going to be useful for the purpose of the finding the extent or degree of the convergence and divergence, which can be found out by using the formula P equal to 1 by F. The focal length should always will be in meters, as well as the SI unit of the power of the lens is diopter, which is symbolically represented as D. If the positive power is present, it is known as convex lens. If it is negative power is present, it is known as concave lens. Right? It is about the power of the lens. The examination, if they ask if they arrange the large number of lenses. Now if they arrange two lenses or three lenses closely arranged. Now for example, we are going to arrange the two lenses. One is convex lens, another one is convex lens. It having the power of +2 diopter, it is having the power of the +1 diopter. One is having the +2 diopter, another having the +1 diopter. So what will be the net power of these two lenses? The net power of these two lenses will be the algebraic sum of these two lenses. Algebraic sum of these two lenses, that is nothing but +2 plus 1 equal to how much? The net power will be equal to +3 diopters. +3 diopter. In case of this convex lens, if I am using the concave lens having the power of 1 minus 1 diopter, then it is also be the algebraic sum of the power of those lenses. So that in the second case, net power will be how much? It will be equal to plus 2 minus 1 equal to plus 1 diopter. The net power of this lens will be equal to how much? It will be equal to plus 1 diopter. In this way, power is going to give us the extent of the divergence and the convergence. I hope this is clear. Now next we are going to solve the last topic, that is nothing but the in-text question which are present in your textbook. Now first in-text question in the last topic, that is nothing but define one diopter of the power of a lens. We have to define one diopter of a power of the lens. If you remember the formula for the power of the lens, that is nothing but P equal to 1 by R. Right? If the power of the lens should be 1 diopter, it should be 1 diopter. What will be the focal length of that lens will be? It will be equal to 1 meter. It will be equal to 1 meter. To define 1 diopter of the power of the lens, we can say that 1 diopter of the power of the lens can be defined as if the lens is having the focal length of 1 meter. If the lens is having the focal length of the 1 meter, in this way we are going to define that power of the lens. So that power of lens is 1 diopter is defined as or we can define it like this: 1 diopter of power of lens is defined as if the focal length of that lens, if focal length of that lens is equal to 1 meter, is equal to 1 meter. If that lens having the focal length of 1 meter, then I can say that the power of the lens is equal to 1 diopter. This way you have to define it. In the next question, the second question. What is the second question? A convex lens is going to produce real and inverted image of a needle at a distance of 50 centimeter from it. Right? Where the needle is placed in front of the convex lens, if the image is equal to the size of the object, also find the power of the lens. Also we have to find out the power of the lens. If you check the problem statement here, a convex lens is going to produce real and inverted image of a needle at a distance of 50 centimeter from it. This is the distance of what? This is the distance of real and inverted image of a needle. From where? From the lens. So that what it will be? It will be image distance. It will be the image distance 4 point. Where the needle is placed in front of the convex lens. Where the needle is placed in front of the convex lens, that is nothing but needle is an object. We have to find out the distance of the needle from the lens. That is nothing but we have to find out the object distance. So that this will be the object distance we have to find out. Again in the third statement is given that if the image is equal to the size of the object, that is nothing but the image and the object are both are same size. If they are both are same size, then what it means? That nothing but it means magnification is equal to 1. It means magnification is equal to 1. That is nothing but they are given the magnification as 1. As well as we have to find out the what? We have to find out the power of the lens. So that we are going to write out the given data. First data is V equal to that is nothing but image distance. That is nothing but image distance. Image distance is equal to V equal to how much? How much is given? It is given 50 centimeter. Right? The problem statement will be there given as a convex lens is going to produce real and inverted image. If it is producing real and inverted image in convex lens, if you remember the ray diagram, real and inverted image in the lens category is going to form on the right hand side. If it is going to form on the right hand side, the value which are coming on the right hand side will be what? The R will be positive, so that it will be 50 plus 50 centimeter. Right? In the same manner, we have to, if you check that they are given the magnification, that is nothing but magnification is equal to magnification is equal to how much? If the size of the image and the size of the object is, if both are same, then m is equal to how much? M is equal to 1. M is equal to 1. So we check the problem statement again, which is producing the real and inverted image. If it is producing the real and inverted image, if you remember the condition for the magnification, if the image is inverted one, then the magnification is equal to minus. The value of the magnification will be minus. It will be negative. Therefore, m equal to minus 1. We have to find out the object distance. That is nothing but it is the distance of the mirror. Object distance, that is nothing but u equal to question mark. U equal to question mark. As well as we have to find out the power of the lens. Power of the lens equal to power of the lens, that is nothing but p equal to question mark. We already have the formula for the power of the lens, that is nothing but it should contain the focal length. So that we have to find out the focal length also. So that focal length of the lens, that is nothing but f equal to question mark. We have to find out the focal length, we have to find out the object distance, we have to find out the power of the lens. So that first we are going to find out the what object distance. That is nothing but if you remember formula for the magnification, that is nothing but we know that m equal to what is equal to v by u. Therefore, what is given? M is equal to minus 1. What is the value of v? That is nothing but 50 centimeter. Whole divided by what is the value of u? We have to find out. Therefore, u equal to 50 divided by minus 1. Therefore, u equal to minus divided by plus. Plus divided by minus is equal to how much? It is equal to minus. So then it should be minus 50 centimeters. Therefore, u equal to minus 50 centimeters. That is nothing but object is kept at 50 centimeters from the lens. The needle is going to kept at 50 centimeters from the lens. The same manner, now we have to find out the focal length. So that we know that 1 by f equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. 1 by v minus 1 by u. So that it will be what? It will be equal to 1 by f equal to what is the value of v, which is given 50, minus what is the value of u? We have find out it as minus 50. That equal to 1 divided by 50. Minus into minus plus 1 divided by 50. That equal to what is the LCM? It will be equal to 50 only. So we have to add above it is 1 plus 1. Therefore 1 by f equal to 1 plus 1 divided by 50. That equal to 1 by f equal to 2 divided by 50. 2 1s are 2, 25s are. Therefore f equal to how much? F equal to 25 centimeters. F equal to plus 25 centimeters. Right. So then 25 centimeters can be written as how? In the meter form, that can be written as f equal to 25 divided by 100 meters. F equal to 25 divided by 100 meters. Why? We have to find out the power of the lens. So then power of the lens, to finding the power of the lens, the focal length should be in meters only. So that we are going to convert the focal length into meters. Why divided by 100? If you remember, 1 meter equal to how many centimeters? 100 centimeters. The same manner, 1 centimeter equal to how much? It is equal to 1 divided by 100 meters. So then power of the lens can be calculated. P equal to 1 by f. Therefore, P equal to 1 divided by 25 divided by 100. That equal to what? It will be equal to 100 divided by 25. 25 ones are 25 fours are. Therefore, P equal to how much? It is equal to 4 diopters. P equal to how much? It is equal to plus 4 diopters, which is the power of the given lens. That is nothing but plus 4 diopters. Why positive? Since the lens is convex lens, the convex lens is always going to have the positive power. Right? It is equal to plus 4 diopters. So that our answer will be the needle is going to be placed at 50 centimeters from the lens, and the power of the lens is equal to how much? It is equal to plus 4 diopters. Right? You can directly solve this question if you correctly know the ray diagram. We'll check that given data, that is nothing but V is given as 50 centimeters. And the size of the image and the size of the object are both the same. What it means? V we have to keep the object on C, so that we are going to get the image on the C only. If we are getting the image on the C, if the size of the object and the size of the image both are same, that means we are keeping the object on C and we are getting the image on the C only. So that if V is equal to 50 centimeter, that is nothing but C equal to 50 centimeter. The same manner U is also going to be the 50 centimeter only. If it is U and V is equal to C, that is nothing but center of curvature. If you remember the focal length is always half of the radius of curvature. So that 50 divided by 2 is equal to how much? It is equal to 25 centimeters. We have the focal length as 25 centimeters, and the focal length of the convex lens is always positive. So that focal length of that lens is equal to how much? Plus 25 centimeter. We have to convert those centimeters into the meters for the purpose of calculating the power of the lens. So that we have converted that focal length by divided by 100, that is nothing but it is equal to meters. So that 25 divided by 100 is equal to 0.25 meter. When we calculate the power of the lens, it is equal to plus 4 diopters. So that if you remember all the diagrams, it will be easy to solve this question. I hope this numerical is clear. The last question, that is nothing but to find the power of the concave lens of focal length 2 meters. Find the power of the lens of concave lens having the focal length of 2 meters. So that last final question. Third question, focal length of concave lens. That is equal to how much? It is given as 2 meters. If you remember, the focal length of a concave lens always will be minus, so that it will be minus 2 meters. Therefore, power is equal to 1 by F, that equal to 1 divided by minus 2, plus minus it will be minus, that equal to minus, half is equal to how much? 1 by 2 is equal to how much? It is equal to 0.5 diopters. P equal to 0.5 diopters. So that P equal to minus 0.5 diopters. This is the power of the lens of concave lens having the focal length of the 2 meters. Here your chapter is completed. We have covered everything which is going to come in this topic. Apart from that, just expect applied questions. We covered all those things. Now in the next class we are going to solve the exercise questions, and if possible, if time is there, we are going to solve some examples as well as applied question. If not there, we are going to continue with the next chapter. So that up to that point, try to solve the numericals or try to solve the questions which are present in your textbook as exercise. The next class we are going to solve the exercise. After the completion of the exercise, I am going to take an exam on this topic only, live topic only. So that prepare well. Up to that point, take care, stay well, stay home.